So now we're going to discuss the forward and future pricing and how the forward and the future prices are related to the spot price of the underlying asset. Forward contracts are much more easier to analyze than futures contracts because forwards do not have daily settlement and there is only one single payment at maturity. Therefore, in this chapter, we're just going to consider the forward formula, and but luckily, it can be shown that the forward and the future price of an asset are usually very close when the maturities of the two contracts are the same. And we won't even go into too much detail, but I will just give you an overview so that it helps you because usually a treasurer has spreadsheets and different kind of softwares that can easily give them the price of the forward and future. So this is the formula. It is the formula for investment asset that is providing no income. So you're talking about a stock that pays no dividend or a bond that pays no coupon. So there is going to be no income. Over here, T, it stands for the time until delivery date in a forward or futures contract in years. So if it's given to you in months or days, you will have to convert it into years. For example, if it says 3 months, in years that would mean 3 over 12. So you need to make this conversion. Then what is S naught is this price of the asset underlying the forward or futures contract today. So basically it is the spot price of the underlying asset. For example, if you're dealing on gold and the current gold price will be your S naught. Then forward or future price today is denoted by this, and R is the zero coupon risk-free rate of interest per annum expressed with continuous compounding. This E is basically for continuous compounding, which means that interest is being given daily. You do not have to worry about this continuous compounding E. It is in your calculators. You just need to use it through your calculators. Now, there are some assumptions based on which this formula has been derived. Number one is that the market participants are subject to no transaction costs when they trade. Number two is that the market participants are subject to the same tax rate on all net trading profits. Three is the market participants can borrow money at the same risk-free rate of interest as they can lend money. Four is the market participants take advantage of arbitrage opportunities as they occur. So basically, these are the four assumptions based on which the formula has been derived and it has been calculated. Now, the fourth one, the market participants take advantage of arbitrage opportunities. Arbitrage is basically riskless profit. It means you're taking a position in which there is no risk at all and yet you are earning profit from it. We will discuss some arbitrage opportunities later on that arise because of the mispricing of forward and future prices. Now let's look at an example. So consider a long forward contract to purchase a non-dividend paying stock in 3 months. So basically the duration T is 3 over 12. Assume that the current stock price is 40. So the current stock price, this means that the spot price of the stock S naught is 40 and the 3 month risk-free interest rate is 5% and R is 5.5%. You need to calculate the price of the long forward contract. This is the formula. Plug in the values. So S naught was 40, you have 40, R was 0.05 and T was 3 over 12. Okay, this is an exponential, so this is not multiplying, it is in power over here. If you do the calculation, your answer will come 40.5. So this is the forward price. Okay, so this was an example. Now, what if the forward price actually in the market is not 40.5? This is something that you have calculated. What if the actual price is something different? And that means that there is a mispricing in the market and then buying and selling will occur until the price reverts back to its equilibrium. In order to understand this, we're going to take an example. So just wait. Okay, so let us first assume that the forward price, price is 43, and remember the forward price that we calculated was 40.5. Now this means that there is a mispricing over here, and this creates an arbitrage opportunity. How? Whenever creating an arbitrage opportunity, always remember this, that you buy at the lower price and you sell at the higher price. So that means this F naught is actually represents the spot price going forward at the continuous rate. So this means that you're going to buy the spot, because remember this is the formula. So we are assuming that you're going to buy this and you're going to sell the forward contract. Basically, you're going to go forward contract to sell the asset. So you're going to go short in it. So what happens is that right now you can take this action. I want to buy the asset right now, right? This is my strategy, that I will buy the asset. The price of the asset right now was 40. Now where will this 40 come from? First, I will have to borrow 40. It means I will borrow 40 and the rate is 5%. How long? For 3 months. This is same as in your question. So I'm going to borrow 40, and using this 40, I'm going to buy 1 unit of asset, which will cost me 40. So 40 will go away from here. Also, I will enter into a long forward contract, sorry, into a short forward contract, into a short forward contract. The contract, short forward contract that is available, it is available at 43. To sell asset in 3 months at 43. This is my strategy now. Now, what will happen 3 months later? So now 3 months have gone by. First thing, I can sell the asset for 43 because my contract has ended. So that is the first thing I will have to do. I will have to sell the asset for 43. So I will get an income of 43 from this. Also, I had borrowed 40, right, at 5% for 3 months. So 40 at the rate of 5% for 12 months means that will have to return 40.5 to repay the loan that I had taken. So plus 43, and I've paid 40.5 for the loan, I will make a profit of 2.50. So this was a riskless profit. Basically, this was an arbitrage opportunity that was created. And what will happen is that a lot of people will take the same strategy. Because of that, because a lot of people will be buying the unit of asset, the demand for the asset will go up, and because you're going into a short forward contract, it will put a downwards pressure on this price, and basically demand and supply will change until and unless you reach the equilibrium price of 40.50 that came in your formula. This is the equilibrium price where demand and supply will be equal and there will be no arbitrage opportunities. Okay. Similarly, let's consider another case. So now let's assume, okay, so the price that we calculated is still 40.5. Now we're assuming that the forward price is actually 39 in the market. Again, what you will do is you will sell at the higher price and you will buy this, which means buy means that I will go long forward contract. Okay, I will go for a buy contract, and by sell, I mean that we will sell the underlying asset. Remember, F naught means you're talking about the underlying asset. So now I want to sell the asset, but I don't have the asset. So this is a concept that is called short selling. Short selling means that you will borrow the amount and then you will sell it. So you do not have that asset, you're going to borrow that asset from somebody else and then you're going to sell it in the market. That is called short selling. So you're going to short sell 1 unit of asset. The price of the asset right now is 40. So that means you'll get 40 right now. Now, what will you do with this 40? You're going to invest this 40. And what is the rate? The rate will be 5%. And you will invest it again for 3 months. Okay, so now this amount will come after 3 months. You do not have anything right now. Also, you will enter into a written, I have written buy. So you will enter into a long forward contract to buy asset in 3 months for 39. Now the forward contract is for 39. So you will buy in 3 months for 39. Remember that at time zero, whenever you're making a strategy, the cash outflow and cash inflow is usually is zero. It nets itself out. Okay, now if we talk about 3 months, what happens 3 months later? First, you're in this contract, which means you will have to buy the asset for 39. You bought the asset for 39 and you returned it to the person from which you had borrowed the asset. So you gave this asset back to the person from whom you had borrowed the asset. Plus, you had invested 40 at 5% for 3 months, which means you receive 40.50 from your investment. So you buy the asset for 39, which means you pay 39 and you receive this much. So this gives you a profit of 1.50. Again, this is a riskless profit and everybody else is going to figure this out as well. So there will be a lot of arbitrage opportunities that will be created, due to which, because you're going into a forward contract to buy asset, there will be an upward pressure on this strike price. And this strategy will keep on happening until you reach the equilibrium of 40.5. Then there will be no arbitrage opportunity available. So I hope this is clear. And over here we have a cleaner version of it. Now, what about investment asset that is actually paying income? Previously, we were talking about stock that does not pay dividend and bonds that do not pay coupon, but that is not always the case. For that also, you have the same formula, but with some changes. So if you're talking about cash income, then S naught minus the cash income. And if you have the return in the form of percentage, then you can do R minus Q. This will give you the answer. So let's use these formulas as well. Consider a long forward contract to purchase a coupon-bearing bond whose current price is 900. We will purchase that the forward contract matures. We will suppose that the forward contract matures in 9 months. We will also suppose that a coupon payment of 40 is expected after 4 months. We assume that the 4-month and 9-month risk-free interest rates are 3% and 4% per annum. So basically over here, you're considering a long forward contract and it is a coupon bearing bond whose current price is 900. So this is your S naught. We will suppose that the forward contract matures in 9 months. So T is 9 over 12. We will also assume that a coupon payment of 40, so this is your I, is expected after 4 months. But this is after 4 months. Whenever you're looking at I, you need its present value. So you will have to calculate its present value first. How will you do that? You will simply use the negative sign over here, okay? Because we're dealing with continuous compounding, so you will still use E. We will not go to the previous formulas that you have studied. This minus means that you're calculating the present value. The rate that you will use is 4%. Wait. Okay, sorry, this is not 4%, this is 3%. We will use the rate of 3% because 4-month is related to 3 and 9th is related to 4%. So if you calculate this, you get an I of Okay, something happened. Okay, so I was over here. So basically, if you calculate this, I wanted to see the answer that you get over here. This will give you 39.60. That rest you can plug in the formula. So S naught is 900, I is 39.6. Now again, why have we calculated 39.6? Because this was the value after 4 months. After 4 months, you were going to get 40. You had to calculate its present value, which is 39.60, in order for you to use it in the formula. Then over here, we'll use 4% because for the 9th month, it was 4%, and 0.75 basically represents 9 over 12. So if you do the calculation, 886.60 is your answer. Similarly, we will do one more question. Consider a 6-month forward contract on an asset that is expected to provide an yield of 3.96%. The risk-free rate of interest is 10%. The asset price is 25. So instead of a cash amount, they have given you the yield in terms of percentage. So this is the formula that you will use. S naught will be 25. 0.10 is the R, and Q is the E that is provided to you is 3.96, and it is a 6-month contract, so that means 6 divided by 12, which gives you 0.5. So if you do the calculation, this is the forward price in this case. So that is it.